Welcome to Allied Homes, presented to you by Allied Real Estate. I'm your host, Stephanie. On today's show, we have for you, our wonderful viewers, an interview with Mr. Gamaliel Waugh, one of the youngest licensed realtors to be employed to Allied Real Estate. After this, we will join Ms. Kenesha Hutchinson in our ARC educational segment, also known as ARC-Ed, where she will be discussing with us some of the things we need to know before buying into any development. Let's get into it. Sitting with me is Mr. Gamaliel Waugh, one of the youngest licensed realtors to ever be employed to Allied Real Estate. Mr. Waugh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for asking. So, Mr. Waugh, tell me a bit about you. Your school life, your career, the little that you do have because you are relatively young. So tell me a bit about what transpired during that period.
So I consider myself to be a very progressive young man. I definitely consider the sky to, not even the sky to be my limit, but the universe. I definitely believe that as young people we have many possibilities, and this is the best time to live in, and for such a time as this, there are endless possibilities, endless levels of greatness for us to reach to. I am currently a licensed real estate agent. I am also a student in a university where I study business administration. And I am also going to be getting into finance. And I am in Bible school as well. I am an IBO, a network marketing company. So I do quite a bit. And yes, I'm a Christian, faith-oriented, and searching for greatness, going towards greatness. Yes.
I don't know how many youngsters I know that are actually on this path. And to know that you're not only attending one university, you're currently attending two. And you just did the course, so that simply means you're actually doing three schools at the same time. What was that like?
So one was the Bible school. It's more so kind of like a college kind of setting. But doing the three of them, really, I had to assess the situation. And the way that I handled it is for the real estate, due to the nature of the course, I put that one with a little more priority than the university where I was studying business administration. So I really focused on that, and I really went hard into that, going over the course material, making sure I went through different study sessions with my peers, things like that to keep me going. Yeah.
For those of us who have actually pursued the course, we know that it is not an easy one. But tell me, at home, what was the support like from that? Did you have a good support system?
Well, I definitely want to make a big thank you to my father. He definitely has been quite instrumental in that. And interestingly, what I would say is that not many people knew that I was doing the course, and I definitely see that as an important life lesson, that when it comes on to you doing great things in life, sometimes it requires you to have a season of being a little bit more alone and really focusing on the task ahead. So really it was more so just my immediate family that knew, and a few other people, but they were definitely quite supportive of me.
So you did all that, and you kept it under the radars, because you know that when you're doing great things, it's sometimes best to leave it unsaid. What actually motivated you to go ahead and do that course? Because going to two schools already, then you have your church life, where you are indeed invested as your father is a pastor, right? What pulled you toward real estate? What was that factor that you looked at it and you were like, yes, I'm going to do this course, I'm going to tackle this task?
Okay, so I had the esteemed privilege of working with Moreland Development. I did quite a long internship there, and definitely it gave me a wide exposure to the field of real estate. So whether it was the accounting aspect of it, with quantities, looking at the numbers, or whether it was with the marketing. Even though I did an accounting internship at Moreland's Development, what really happened was I was sitting in the area where they were doing marketing. So the marketing officer, the social media liaison, and the sales manager, I had the privilege of listening to them day in and day out just talk real estate. And also Mr. Maxwell, he was one of the head guys, or is one of the head guys. He would come down there as well, and I'd be able to listen to them talk real estate, talk about the different things that are going on, and that really gave me a lot of motivation to go into it. And one day my father had suggested it, and I already had some knowledge on it, and I just jumped on the opportunity. Yeah.
Wow, so it was really your dad that suggested going into real estate and you just dived at it.
Yes, definitely.
Wow, well, a big thank you to Dad and a big thank you to Morelands Development. Now, Mr. Waugh, you are currently with Allied Real Estate. What has that been like thus far?
So it has been a marvelous experience. I still remember when I just came in there and Mr. Morgan Mr. Morgan gave me a wonderful greeting, and he really made it seem like such a big deal that an 18-year-old passed the exam. And for me personally, when you are in certain circles and you are operating with people that are older than you and everyone's just minding their own business, you don't really see it as much. So for Mr. Morgan to do that, that really gave me a lot of motivation. And while going throughout my journey at Allied thus far, there has been so much support. I have learned so much. And Allied, it has such a comprehensive aspect to it. There are people with expertise in land matters, in mortgage, in sales negotiation, rapport with different demographics. So the different people carrying all of that, the different cultures that are in Allied, and the different people with different skill sets, it really has given me so much learning experience, and it's definitely something that is really going to propel me forward, and I think it's going to propel me forward farther than I would have been if I was anywhere else.
Oh my God, that's coming from Mr. Gamaliel Waugh himself. That is a whole lot, and from that I can tell that you are indeed enjoying yourself at Allied Real Estate.
Yes, most definitely.
Wow, and I have definitely been hearing great things. I have been. And I know that Allied is very lucky to have you there, and I can see that you are indeed a good fit at Allied Real Estate because you do know that it's indeed family oriented.
Yes.
All right, so that is it, guys. You've heard it from Mr. Gamaliel Waugh, licensed realtor with Allied Real Estate. We are delivering this luxurious vehicle with this beautiful home, a part of Allied Real Estate and Atlas Motors Home and Auto. One loan, two assets.
Island Oils, authentic Jamaican pure castor oil. For your supply, call 876-593-8007. Island Oils, authentic Jamaican pure castor oil.
Crown to Soul online store selling female clothing, swimwear, lingerie, skincare, and hair care products, among other things. To order, call or message 876-360-4878. Follow us on all socials, IG, Facebook at Crown to Soul. Crown to Soul, fitted luxury at the best price. Innovative, original, informative. Learn more about mortgages, rentals, laws governing real estate. Tune into Allied Homes, an Allied Media production presented by Allied Real Estate. Your dreams, our passion.
Now we'll have Miss Kenesha Hutchinson with ArcEd. Let's go.
Hi, I am Kenesha Hutchinson, and today I bring you ArcEd. That is Allied Real Estate Company Education. Today, we will be discussing some of the important things that you will need to know when buying into a development. A development, simply put, can be raw property or building. It is important to note that every development have their own set of rules separate and apart from the local governing rules and regulations. Some restrictions include not having pets allowed. Other restrictions might be not being able to make additions to the property, that is, the front of the property as opposed to the back of the property. Another restriction can also be not being able to make adjustments to the fencing or the exterior of the property in general. It is important to note that even though there are restrictions, that these can be changed if you apply to the strata and majority agrees for these changes. Another important thing to note are maintenance fees when purchasing into a strata or development, and these can vary depending on the amenities that are available, such as 24-hour security, gym, and other facilities. In summary, one needs to be aware of the restrictive covenants and the easements when purchasing into a development. That is it for this episode of ArcEd, where we drop gems telling and teaching the public on things that you need to know about different areas of real estate. I am Kenesha Hutchinson, and remember, you are the controller of your own destiny.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Allied Homes. You can contact us at 876-625-3836, or you can send us an email at alliedrealestate@yahoo.com. I'm your host, Stephanie.